going big this month in Big Bend National Park.
Deep in the heart of Texas. There's so much to see in this fantastic park. Tell them about our favorites.
We got ancient fossil, we got the KPG boundary, the single worst day of the whole history of Earth when the dinos went extinct.
There's deserts, there's mountains, there's a river, there's international dark skies filled with stars and stories of Native Americans and pioneers and ranchers and prehistoric peoples, all here to be seen in this wonderful park.
Let's go see it!
Let's go check it out!
Woo.
The geologic history here at Big Bend is epic and diverse. It spans hundreds of millions of years. Here at Big Bend, you can see examples of sedimentary and volcanic rocks. You can see examples of erosion, fossilization, tectonics, the evidence of 3 different great North American mountain building events. It's all here. It's like a one-stop geologic shopping trip right in one park.
Here in Big Bend National Park, there are many different diverse ecosystems. Rivers, mountains, and deserts. Today, we're gonna go on the Lagoon Meadows Trail.
What are we gonna do there?
We're gonna eat Oreos, camp, do a loop, and be happy. Yeah.
I think we have a little bit more to go.
Okay. 10 million bottles of beer on the wall, 10 million bottles of beer. Take one down, take it around, 1,999. On the wall, 1,900 bottles of beer. Take one down, take it around.
Right now, we're in one of the mountain habitats off on the South Rim Trail of the Chisos Mountains. And the Chisos Mountains were formed about 40 million years ago as part of volcanic eruptions and intrusions that happened in this area of the park. And this mountain environment really is a woodland paradise compared to the river and the desert. It's cooler up here. It's a wetter environment, so you find trees like pinyon pine, Douglas fir, juniper. It's really a wonderful place to visit, and the only mountain range that's fully contained inside a national park.
The mountains aren't the only oasis in the park.
The river corridor provides a ribbon of lush green life that creates a home for creatures like beavers, catfish, and frogs, which you won't find typically in the desert.
What is this, Kai?
This is the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande, the Rio Grande, whichever one you prefer, at Big Bend National Park, where the river takes a big bend. And we are on the border of Mexico from Texas.
The Rio Grande is a very prominent source of water. And the water that's here begins its journey up in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, before it flows all the way down here, being diverted along the way for irrigation, power generation, lots of other purposes, to the point where by the time it gets here, often there's not much water left. It flows through this beautiful canyon here and then out to the Gulf of Mexico. And this river, of course, is an international boundary between the United States and Mexico for about 1,000 miles. 118 of those miles are in the park here and managed by the park, such that if you walk into the middle and past, you're in Mexico.
Time for a trivia quiz. Which side is Mexico and which side is the United States? I'll give you 30 seconds. I'll tell you now. Mexico, United States. Mexico, United States. Mexico, United States. Mexico, United States. Woo!
Of all the environments you can find in the park, perhaps the most significant is the desert landscape. This is the most biologically rich and diverse desert ecosystem, perhaps in the entire world. It's the Chihuahuan Desert. So you'll notice it's raining a little bit right now. We're here in December. There's a light rain. It doesn't typically rain in the desert, although it does have a rainy season. So one time of the year, there are significant rains that come. That time is usually the end of summer. And so if you come in August, the plants here will be green and lush from those rains. That moisture then sustains them for the rest of the year. And the plants here are a particularly interesting and important resource in this desert. It's estimated that there's 3,500 different plant species that live in the Chihuahuan Desert. A quarter of all cacti in the world can only be found here. And so there's an incredible biodiversity just in plant life that lives in the desert. There's also incredible other kinds of species that lives in the desert. We heard coyotes last night. There's javelina. In the park, there's something like 3,500 different kinds of insects that live here. Compared to other national parks, you can find more bats, birds, ants, scorpions, and butterflies here than any other national park in the national park system. The Chihuahuan Desert covers approximately 250,000 square miles, but only a very small portion of that is in the United States, maybe about 10%. And that portion is protected here at Big Bend. In fact, it's so important that in 1976, UNESCO designated it a biosphere reserve to help protect the specialness and diversity of the biological specimens in this place and also the relationships between people and the land. For fossil lovers, Big Bend is a dream covering 130 million years of time. Now, that's far more than most other national parks, which cover a period of usually only 10 to 50 million years. So the fossil record here is covering a long span of evolution, and not just any period of time, but the end Cretaceous era. So the extinction of non-avian dinosaurs through the asteroid event that's recorded in the KPG boundary, which you can see here at Big Bend, and then through the rise of the mammals. It's a really important period of the fossil record, and it's all here in the rocks at Big Bend National Park.
Just like the dinosaurs, our time at Big Bend has gone extinct. See you next time on 9 Worlds!